It's going to be kept fairly secret. Only those that are meant to come to the place will actually see the place. Not everybody will even have a clue where it is. Because it's not for the world to know, and it's not for those that aren't meant to come here to know either.
Hey, Lois. I found your safe haven.
There's a lot of people out there that's saying they're prophets of God, and they're not right. They're not right on. They've missed it here, and they just keep moving forward, but they're not right on.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm covering Lois Vogel Sharp and her safe haven. For those that don't know, Lois is a false prophet saying words of doom in what appears to be an attempt to fleece the flock. She says she needs the money for the safe haven to shelter people at the midpoint of the 7-year tribulation. Problem is, she said that the 7-year tribulation started in 2017.
So we are in the tribulation period, folks. Because all hell is about to break loose on planet Earth, and we are going through the tribulation. We are entering the last 7 years, I believe. And I truly believe that to be truth. Because if you figure it out with the numbers and everything and you put it together, it's the last 7-year countdown. There's going to be earthquakes escalating, volcanoes erupting. Planet Earth is breaking apart. So the last 3.5 years, these places, God calls them places of safety. Okay? And they're going to be used. This is it, my people. Pack your bags and be ready to go, for all hell will break loose. You have but a few years until the safe haven's doors will be open. And meanwhile, we will be building the safe havens for the last 3.5 years when things go down really, really bad. That's the safe havens, and we're going to be there for the last 3.5 years until we get raptured out of here. And the tribulation is beginning. The Antichrist is rising up right in front of your faces.
Now, back then, she also said that President Erdogan from Turkey is also the Antichrist.
The false prophet is out there, which we believe is the Pope. The Antichrist, we believe, is Erdogan. He comes from Turkey. It's Erdogan. I'm telling you, it's Erdogan. We believe it's Erdogan. He's from Turkey.
Now, she also said in 2019 that we needed the safe havens because there would be get this, an economic collapse. Just like every year on her videos, there's an economic collapse. But anyway, there's going to be a great famine, a great depression. It was just everything was going to fall apart.
The beginning of the end will be this Great Depression that is about to fall upon America and the world. You will feel the pressure of this period, and the depression of 1929 will not compare to this one. A crash, an economic collapse, whatever you want to call it. The crash of 2019 is about to happen, and it's going to be worse than the 1929 one. And it's going to be worse than the 1929 one. I believe the economic crash is going to happen before the year is over. That's what I believe the Lord told me.
It's the crash of the century, 2019. It's going to manifest itself. It is actually happening in 2019 already. It's happening already, okay? This crash is taking place.
The next step in these end times will be this crash of 2019. Because I'm getting it now. I'm really starting to get it, how serious the famine is going to be. It's going to be just like in the time of Joseph. This will be a year to remember. 2019 will be in the books of the crash of the century.
So the tribulation started in 2017, and the safe havens need to be done by the 3.5-year mark. So things are going to be set up real quick, right?
So God is going to start moving very, very quickly. As long as you people start getting this and realizing what God is doing and jump on board and get involved, it's going to move very quick. And I'm telling you, you're going to get involved, because when you start to see the things come to pass, like the Lord is saying, you're going to get very involved. And the things are going to move very, very quickly. So keep it in mind, keep it in prayer. God is setting up these places, and this is where we're going to be hanging out, folks. The places will be built very quickly.
Now, don't want to be accused of doxing. Lois doxes herself in her own videos. The information used to find the safe haven, she freely gives out in her own words, in her own videos. She gives out clues, and I followed them. We start off with the address at the end of all her videos asking for donations. This is the address on all her videos, on her website, her Facebook, everywhere she's on the internet. She's called it her house, the church. She called it her office.
I'm not going to have you send it to the post office box. You're going to have to send it to the office. That would go back to the old address, the 46 1/2 Ogden Street, Ogden Street.
I find it very odd because she says her house is where she lives. It's the church's property and all this other stuff. I find it very odd she says you got to send it to the old address, the office.
You know, and these places are going to be built. We have land that's just over the hill, back over here on the mountain. When I go up to the mountain, we both go up there and I show you behind there. Well, that's behind my house here.
Ah, the early years. This is 2016 or 2017. She's in her backyard pointing behind the house.
Today is January 7th, 2017, and I'm up here on the top of our mountain where we live.
Now, she doesn't live there. It's called Moore Park. There's a Christmas tree farm there and other stuff, but she supposedly lives in the house or the office or whatever that's down in the town. But Moore Park is where she done her early videos. Now, she done her early videos. Here's a zoom in on it. And it's back in that area there because you see the picket fence on the white fence in the background. And that's where she done a lot of her videos early on. Now, also, if you spin around, you can also see this star that's up here. And that's going to be important for this.
And I got this word at 3 o'clock this morning. I went to bed at 1. I woke up at...
So she got woke up again by some spirit at 3, the witching hour, to get words. But look over her shoulder. Do you see that star?
3, and I got this word. This is the most upsetting word I've ever gotten from God. And I could feel his wrath in what he was telling me. And this is what started coming to me when I was laying there. Mount Vesuvius is about to blow.
As we zoom in on the picture, you can see the star there, part of Moore Park. And then also whatever spirit woke her up at 3 a.m. to tell her that Mount Vesuvius was going to blow. Well, they were wrong. It didn't happen.
I got it twice and I was like, what? Is that my mind talking? What is that? Is that you, Father? And I went back to the Father about it, and I was just laying there, and he said to me, you need to get up and write this down.
Now, Street View only goes so far up this road, but right up here, that's where she does most of her videos, right there by the fence.
Behind me, back over in this area over here, I want to just show you, there's 124 acres.
So here she is, and she's saying that the land's back behind her. She's also saying 124 because she can't do a video without saying 124 because she was taken into God's throne room and showed the 124 means back to Eden or something. I mean, she can't stop herself from saying it. But she also said 124 acres. But she also says 117. She says 164. It's crazy.
We have 124 acres over in that area over there. We have about 164 acres. There's 117 acres for the land that we want to get, 164 acres, and God showed me the number 124 many times in the past, so there's a significance to that. We're looking to build a place of refuge when times get really bad on the earth, for the body of Christ to be able to come together and live in a community. But I wanted you to see that land behind me, back over in there, there's a place you can go and help us. It's called You Caring. And we feed the needy and we do all these things for God. We've been doing it since 1984. We're a 501c3.
So now we have 2 reference points to go by, and both of them are pointing in the same direction. We got the backyard and we got the park.
I received this word from Jesus, Yeshua, yesterday at 1024.
Now there's the lovely Lois. Now, one of her videos, she used this as her backdrop the whole time. And I thought that was very interesting because it was a map, because you can see some of the places on it that they have already pinned. And I thought it was interesting, and so I looked for that. So now we have 3 data points to go by, and it's going to help out a lot coming up. Now I want to switch gears and get into the financial part of it. She berates people. She uses God's name. She uses the Bible. She guilt trips people. She does all these things to keep the money flow coming in for this safe haven that was already supposed to have been built and used. But she keeps it going. It's still going on almost every single video that she's got.
Many of you say, well, I don't have the funding to help anybody. If you have $1 or 50 cents, you could stick it in an envelope and send it.
It's not about money. I never ask for money.
You want to be part of the miracle? Then you need to get on the website, click on the link below, and start to become a member of this. Join us in our efforts to build these safe havens.
We need to get the finances in. And
Get involved in these safe havens.
it's not about money. I never ask for money.
So ministries accept donations. And the donations are the people thanking the person preaching or giving the messages from the Father for their service unto the Lord. That's the way it goes. It's just like if you had a job and you get paid by your boss.
This here sounds like she just justified it in her mind that she gets paid for her acting.
To get a precious metal in your pocket. Because when he told me that, Gary and I went out and we got some.
Now, where did she get the money to buy the gold and silver?
You can order it just like you do the precious metals.
Get part of these safe havens. We need you to join us, folks. We can't do it alone. We need you to join us.
You should do the right thing on your end too. Because obviously, ministries run by donations and people giving from their heart. It's not about money. I never ask for money.
We need to start putting our pennies together and start getting involved. He's been a faithful tither for years to this ministry. And, the check comes every month and I put it in the bank. And all of a sudden, I noticed one day, I haven't received anything from him. And I just let it slip that one time. And then
She let it slip one time before she had to shake him down.
What did they do back in the day? They sold all their land. They sold their houses. They took the silver and the gold that they had. And they brought it. And what did they do? They gave it to the disciples and laid it at their feet.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like she wants you to sell everything you own and give it to her.
Just like we need finances to build safe havens. I know people that used to send every month money to this ministry. And because they ran into little problems with the IRS, they just stopped giving to God. They just totally stopped. We need to get these safe havens built. These are vital in these end times we are in.
And this right here is a newer video, so we're way past the whole halfway through the tribulation.
So if anybody wants to get involved in a project and you have money that you just sitting there and you'd like to do something with it for the glory of God, now's the time. There are people out there that have been blessed with money. Do not make it your God. Because your God is asking you to take that blessing that He gave you, with whatever circumstance He put you in to get it, and start using it to prepare these places.
It's not about money. I never ask for money.
and we're called to build these places. So he's making sure he's letting us know. Don't get greedy when it happens. Don't not do what you said you were going to do.
And I want to thank everybody that's stepping up to the plate here, because blessings are going to fall upon you for this. Some of you have done some real sacrificing for this, and don't think God doesn't know it, because He absolutely does.
That's right, folks. Make sure you give to Lois so that God can bless you.
They won't get done if we don't obey God.
I had a man email me and told me that God told him to give us some silver. He said he had just bought it, he just got it. And God was moving upon him to watch one of my videos, and he was stalling for a few days.
How dare you stall with Lois's money?
It's money to build a safe haven, which we are doing. It all takes money. And she says, well, I've been checking you out, and you do nothing but ask for money. That is such a lie. I had to call her a liar, because
I hardly ever ask for money. But it doesn't change the fact that the people are the ones that are supposed to give. I give of myself all the time. So time to start giving to the prophets that are true prophets.
Now, I could have kept going for hours of her asking for money, but you get the picture. Now, in this video, she's showing off a couple of garages, some cheap sheds that got built, but it gives a very important data point.
Hi, Lois Vogel Sharp. Today is 10/10/20. We'll walk in the door here, and we'll show you this is the landing, what we call the landing area. Nobody passes this point unless they're okayed to get into the safe haven. So come on in and see. This is all been built by you people. Right now we have...
So these sheds, they're not cram-packed with storable food. They've got an electronic drum set, a new organ, and the only thing I can think of is Step Brothers. But you bought it. You people bought it.
Set up, we have drums. Gary plays the drums and Gary plays the guitar. He's very anointed musically. This is the organ. I play the organ. We both sing. We actually have a music CD that we did.
That's right, folks. You can go to her website and buy her CD and buy her books and buy my product. Love you, Drew. Once again, this was supposed to have been for the 3.5-year mark of the 7-year tribulation that started in 2017. And they haven't even built anything but a couple of sheds.
The little shed back over there is...
Now, Lois here gives us a couple of data points. She's going to talk about how loud the trucks are rolling up and down the road. And she nods in the direction of it. But the road noise is really loud. And there's a lot of cars going up and down it. And I got some clips. But remember, this is supposed to be way back in the mountains where nobody's going to be.
Noisy with the trucks. Noisy with the trucks. Noisy with the trucks.
Now, I don't really care what she's saying here. I'm just listening to how busy the road is and how close she is to it.
They know that Jesus came to save us from hell. They're going to hell. And they know we got saved from hell because of Jesus, so they think we're fools. For these beautiful places to get done for the bride of Jesus. So let's get in the Defender and let's go up the hill and I'll show you where the sanctuary is going to be put.
Now, of course, any self-respecting safe haven's got to have brand new Defenders or ATVs or side-by-sides. They just have to. Now, Lois here, she gives us more data points because she's going away from the road, away from the buildings, up the hill. And to her right, you can see where she's bragging about her solar panels. So it's a large solar panel, but it's not going to do what she's claiming. But she goes up the hill. Now she's went up the hill. She's at a open field, and there's a structure at the end of it. We'll get to that here in a minute. Hey, look, we got more ATVs. We don't have any of those trailers up there with a geodome up there at all. I don't see that. Now, the video that just played, it showed a clear field. Nothing on there, no structures except for the broken down tent. We'll get to that in a minute. But the video was filmed in October of 2020. Now, this video was supposed to have been done in May of 2020. And she's got a trailer. There was supposed to be this greenhouse geodome they're putting in. And she's all into that. But none of this stuff was in that video, and none of it is on the mapping systems except for one location that's very, very, very far away and is owned by somebody else.
Hi, I'm Lois Vogel Sharp. Today's May 5th, 2020, and I'm standing in front of the dome site where it's being put up. That's where it's gotten to this point. They're going to be filling it with cement in another day or so.
And here's more footage from the October 2020 that's supposed to be after where that dome was put up. The trees don't match up. The field's empty. Nothing's there.
still up there, but the big one down. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Now we have a pool.
Now we have a pool. Wow. That is like unbelievable. It bent the entire thing.
And this video was at the end of another angry lecture. And still, there's no buildings on top. It's just, this is the tent they had up there, and it had collapsed from the wind and the rain. Okay, so if we come back, we got the house, office, church, whatever this building's really being used for. She's in a backyard pointing this direction. Now, go up on the hill, more park. She was at this location, and she was at this location where she was going back this direction. Now, we zoom out. We know that this spot here with these rocks was on her backdrop. And if we look down here, we have got a highway. So we got a highway there, and not far up going away from that road, we got this big, well, not really big, but you got this field up here that's open. Now, like I said, this mapping program doesn't have real up-to-date maps, but I found one that does. So let's get on to it. Now we got Walton down here. Look how big that is. Look at all these houses and everything around here. So this is not some great big mountaintop away from everything. But anyway, let's use the updated maps. One of the sets of updated maps. I used multiple ones. But so we got our home, church, whatever it is. And then you got the hill, or Moore Park. You got these cluster of stones. And there's more detail I'll have after this. And you got that busy road. Now, with an updated map, right here's the highway. And if you zoom in here, right there's the buildings. There's our little buildings. There's our little solar panel. There's the road going up. And with these updated maps, you can see all the new construction. Like we just got to see all this that wasn't on the other maps. Now, when you zoom in here, it looks like maybe she's getting ready for that cross she said is going to go in the center. I don't know. But you can see the structure here is still there, the framework of that tent. And that's where they store their stuff. Like this geodome or this trailer in the back. I don't see any houses. I don't see the amphitheater. Remember, this thing was supposed to be for the 7-year tribulation, right in the middle of it. That's already passed. Now, this program, it does property lines. And this great big open field with no structures, no geodomes, no trailer, no nothing on it. It says that it's owned by King of Glory Ministries, which is supposed to be her safe haven, her church, her whatever. It's on all our videos, that tagline. And also when we pull it up and we click on it, we can see the boundaries and we can see how many acres there are. And right there at the top, it says King of Glory Ministries Incorporated. So we also got that it's 41 acres, this plot of land. Now, I searched everywhere in this area, and the only other places is this place here, this plot of land, King of Glory Ministries, 72 acres, and her house. And that's the only thing I can find with the King of Glory or anything dealing with her name. And this is all I found, and it's kind of broken here because there's somebody else that lives in the middle of it. But right here it is. Same deal. You can see a little red car and all that mess. And that's it. It shows the property line. Now, as we zoom out right here where the buildings are, no wonder she had a hard time talking over the traffic. Pretty busy road. Now, as we moved down here to that place that had the little stones, kind of like a circle area, she doesn't own that. She had it on her backdrop. Somebody else owns it. It's not hers. It's not King of Glory. It's somebody else owns that land. So I don't know why she had it on her video.
Hi, I'm Lois Vogel Sharp. Today's December 4th, 124, and I'm standing next to the cross.
So this video here came out in December, just a couple of months ago, and supposedly they put up a cross, but this thing was supposed to have been, the cross was supposed to put it in the center of the whole complex. You can't see nothing behind it. I don't see any geodomes. I don't see any buildings. I see nothing. This was supposed to have been for the 7-year tribulation that started in 2017, and everybody was supposed to move in at the 3.5-year mark. It is supposed to have been done quickly, and she has been shilling for this thing. Give me money, give me money, give me money, and this is what she's done. This is it. This is what she's accomplished. So that's my research of the safe haven and Lois' funding of it, or lack thereof. And so I thank everybody for stopping by. If you know somebody that follows Lois, you might want to point him to this video. Maybe it could help them make some decisions. But thanks for your time. And the rest of the video is going to be some of the stuff that didn't make it into the video, but I thought was fun.
Deception is wrong. I know for a fact that the area where we are, that there are thousands of angels just dwelling there. Thousands of angels just dwelling there, waiting for the moment in time when we will all be on the property.
So those that are out there for their own PR and their own gain, looking to make money off the people, you're not in humility, and you're certainly not a servant. Look at me, look at me, look at me. As quiet and shy as I am, I love bringing forth the truth. And at 1:24 a.m., I made sure this word came forth. You just don't follow the Father, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit and be a liar, a deceiver.
That's insanity, folks. If you don't think that's insane, then maybe you need to go see a psychiatrist, because that is nuts. That's insanity. But we are still in process of building the safe haven. It's not stopped. There is a lot getting done. I don't feel guilty about anything. Now I have to address this 501c3.
It's like prophecy is going the opposite direction. Like prophetic word said this, and what actually happened was this, and
biblically.
Biblically.
God!